Welcome to the first Pilates of 2021. We're going to get started. Feel free to show your video if you like. And I think that's it. For your mats, I'm going to have you guys placed to the side so they can see me clearly, but I recommend placing your device, kind of maybe near your foot or something so that you're not straining your neck to view me. But ultimately, do what's most comfortable for you. Take water breaks at any time. We're going to start with our Pilates breathing. So go ahead and find a comfortable seated position in the front half of your mats. Take an inhale through your nose and an exhale out through your mouth. Targeting our core musculature, anything that attaches to our spine and our pelvis. Inhale, exhale. Keeping our head and neck aligned with the spine as much as we can during this next hour. Inhale and exhale. Shoulders and shoulder blades will stay down away from the ears. Let's go ahead and do one more breath in and then exhale, roll it on down. Continue to breathe through the nose. Out through the mouth. We're going to shift from neutral position, where there's a small space under the lower back, to an imprint position where you can't get your hand under your lower back. Inhale, you're in neutral. Exhale, imprint. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, imprint. So I'm doing Pilates in the dining room. There's a heat vent right here. It's so nice and warm. I love it. So maintaining the imprint, lift legs up to tabletop, knees over hips, shins parallel to the floor. Exhale. Tap the toes out one at a time. Exhale to lower, reinforcing the imprint. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. As we do Pilates, you want to try to move slowly and keep moving in a slow flow throughout. The whole point of Pilates is to be letting the breath control our movement. And since the breath is always going, then we always have movement. So as I'm inhaling, I'm lifting, exhale, lower. When I'm ready to inhale, I lift, exhale to lower. Both legs will go down. Doesn't have to go all the way down. Exhale to lower, inhale, lift. Trying to keep my knees bent about 90 degrees. So I'm not straightening my leg or bending it further. If you want to go all the way to the ground, you can. Exhale, inhale. Make sure the imprint is there. So you don't want to have all 10 toes touching the floor and have a space under your lower back. We want to keep that lower back firmly against the ground. Last time, exhale and inhale. Bend those knees, lower the feet to the ground. Good, slowly roll up into your shoulder bridge, squeezing your butts. At the same time, you also want to draw your abs down so that there's stability in the front side and the back side. Inhale at the top, exhale, slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. Come to neutral, inhale, exhale, press through your feet, rolling up. Uh-oh, am I frozen? Exhale, roll down. Am I just moving so slowly that I think I'm frozen? All right, sorry. Last three. Trying to keep a nice slow flow of movements. Inhale, our butts on the ground. Exhale, I roll up. Inhale, I hold for a moment. During that inhale, exhale, I roll down. Last one. Well, text me or write in the chat or something if something goes awry. It's 2021. We expect it to be a good new year, but I don't trust technology, it glitches on me. Nodding the chin, exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulder blades, reach for the toes. Inhale to lower. Exhale, using your abdominals, you're sliding your rib cage towards your hips. Inhale, lower. Exhale. Keep your eye gaze on your knees. Chin tucked to protect the head and neck. Well, not to protect the head, protect the neck. Good. We're going to continue the crunches. You can always leave your feet on the ground. If you have any strain in the lower back, you can keep your feet on the ground. Otherwise, you can try bring your legs back to tabletop, knees and feet together, imprinted, as we continue our crunching. Exhale. Looking at the knees. Inhale, lower. Exhale. If you'd like to straighten your legs, you can. It's a nice hamstring stretch. Quad muscles are engaged. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. If your calves cramp up or you just prefer flexing your feet, want a nice calf stretch, you can flex your feet. And then we're going to segue into hundreds. You can have your legs vertical, you can have your legs at tabletop, feet back on the ground, or you can take your legs on the high diagonal. I'm going to start with my legs vertical here. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders, reach those arms far and pump those arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 10. Inhale, 5 counts. Exhale, 20. Inhale. Exhale, 30. Inhale. Exhale, 40. Inhale. Exhale, 50. Inhale. Exhale. 60. No matter what leg position you have, you're going to be imprinted. 70. Inhale. Exhale. 80. Keep that chin tucked. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last 10, 9, 8, 7. I think I did an extra 10, but all good. Oh. Flip over. And we're going to warm up the spine muscles. Gently pressing into those forearms. Lift the head, neck, and chest as one unit. I'm still maintaining that slight tuck of the chin, keeping the head and neck aligned with the spine. Inhale and exhale. Tops of the feet will stay on the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going at your own pace. When you're ready to inhale, you lift. And when you're ready to exhale, you lower. Good. Try to keep your elbows on the ground. It's not about how high you lift and pull your chest off the ground, but it's about feeling the muscles around the spine. Good. Want to take away those arm assistance? You can reach those arms toward the toes. Maybe stretching your chest a little bit more. Squeezing those shoulder blades together as you lift the chest. Inhale and exhale. Now there's a tendency sometimes to want to look up as the arms reach toward the toes, but try to keep your chin slightly tucked. Finishing up on the last one. Take your hands underneath the shoulders and push yourself up. All right, sit on your butts in the front half of your mats for half rollbacks. So we're going to start similarly to the way we started class, but keep the arms forward around the spine as you roll halfway back. Making sure those shoulders stay down and away from the ears. Good. Anchor the toes. Exhale. Halfway back. Inhale. So here's my lower back, and here's kind of right at the top of my pants. I'm going to go just to the top of my pants. Exhale here. Inhale, sit nice and tall. So it's not about going all the way down, because if you go a little too far down, it gets easier. We want to find the space that challenges us, usually right around here, near the tops of those pants. Okay, we're gonna add some arm variations. Feel free to keep those arms right in front of you like we're doing right now. This time as I go back, I'm gonna lift the front arm up. Good. You can lift it as high as you like. Now the left for the back. The farthest the arm will go is to your ears. Good. You want to try to still go the same range of motion. And then I'm going to add one more little thing here, a little rotation. So as I lift my front arm up, I'm going to turn to my front arm. See how I opened up my chest towards you guys? Back to the front. Good. Lift my back arm, turn toward the back. Don't worry about how much you turn. Even a little bit of turn creates the challenge in the obliques. Your pelvis is going to keep you square on the ground. Arm, turn. Return to face front before you sit up. So I come back, I rotate, I unrotate. Let's roll all the way down nice and slowly with control. I have one leg lifted in tabletop. It's going to assist me in my roll up. Inhale, arms, head, shoulder blades. Exhale, straighten the legs as you use your abs to peel yourself up. Dive toward your ankles and stretch. Inhale. As you roll down, you can keep your arms forward. You can reach your arms higher, but you want to roll down in a slow, controlled manner. Using your abdominals, pull your other knee up. The tabletop, inhale, flow into the next roll up. Inhale, exhale. Let the exhale last through the stretch. Inhale here. Roll on down. If you want to keep both legs on the ground for the roll up, you can. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Remember, you keep your arms forward and parallel as you roll down. Inhale. Head, neck, and shoulder blades are up. Exhale, spine is up. Straighten those legs. For these last two, I'm going to keep my legs on the ground. Remember, you can keep your arms right here. Heavy anchored heels and strong legs throughout this roll-up series. Inhale, arms, head, shoulders. Exhale, spine. Stretch. Adjust your pants if needed. Whenever I elevate my arms, I'm not elevating my shoulders. Last one here. Inhale. Good. All right, gotta fix my pants here. So I'm going to do the abs series two ways today. First, the more traditional way, and I'm going to show you a variation. When I go to the variations, if you want to do the traditional way again, that's fine. It never hurts to do a little extra. So let's start with the basic. Head, neck, and shoulder blades on the ground, extending the one leg, single leg stretch on the diagonal of your choosing. Option to lift the head, neck, and shoulder blades off the ground. Continue like so, and if you want to ease into the next variation, actually I'll just do it at the end. We're going to focus on this entire series as is. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. You're exhaling as you stretch a leg, inhale as you transition, exhale. Inhale, chin tucked. Good, hands behind the head. Rotate on the exhale, inhale to midline. Exhale, inhale to midline, exhale. It's nice and flowing, all right? There's really no start and end to it. And you just keep the breath going. Inhale. Try to keep both shoulder blades off the ground. The lower your leg reaches on the diagonal, the more challenge to this imprint. So you can always reach your leg higher. You can also keep both knees slightly bent, like this. You don't have to straighten the leg all the way. Double leg stretch. Legs to tabletop, arms and legs extended. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Legs lower, more challenge. Legs extending higher on the diagonal, a little less challenge. Find your challenge. Figure out what works for you. You can reach the heel out like this, like you're pushing, like a leg press machine maybe. Or you can keep your toes pointed. Good. Last two. With the legs coming back in, we straighten. So we're in a pandemic, so I don't think anyone's wearing shoes, much less heels. But I always used to say, if you wear high heels a lot, I recommend doing Pilates with flexed feet the whole time, because that really helps undo sort of the tightness in your calves from wearing heels all day. Otherwise, point your toes. Inhale, exhale. You can always put your head, neck, and shoulders down. Bring it back up when you're ready. You will build endurance in that neck muscle over time, but don't strain your neck just to try to force yourself to keep that head up. Okay, so take a quick break. I don't want your ass to be completely dead for the variation of it. So let's flip over and stretch our abs a little bit with some spine work. So stacking the hands underneath the forehead. Inhale to lift arms, chest, to the top of the rib cage, and then lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. I have the feet, tops of the feet still on the ground, about shoulder distance apart. So let's do 5 without the leg lifts, and then 5 leg lifts. Inhale, 2 more. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. And then if you want to lift the legs will be straight, and they'll reach kind of to the corners of the mat. Last one here. Inhale and exhale. I think I forgot to do the stretch after the first spine. So you're going to sit back on your heel, round the spine, and just give yourself a little stretch. Our spine muscles are a little delicate, so we just want to take the time to, I feel like there's a splinter in my toe. You just want to take the time to stretch it. So we're going right back into the ab series. And the difference between the traditional ab series, which is here, is that you're actually going to be propped up on your elbows. So here. Now this is another Pilates position. Not everyone finds it comfortable, but it does create a little more challenge because we're lifting a larger part of the body off the ground. All right, being propped up on your elbow doesn't mean you kind of sink into your shoulders and relax. So there is a lift in the chest, okay, and an imprint in the abs. So I'm not arching my back, I'm actually imprinting. So see, this is, I would say neutral, if you can see my pelvis and lower back, and then I'm imprinting. At the same time, I'm staying lifted through my chest. All right, from here, bring your legs to tabletop. This is also kind of a nice shoulder stretch, but again, it doesn't feel comfortable for everyone. And so if it doesn't feel comfortable for you, you can do the ab series the same way we did earlier, which was lying on your back, head, neck, and shoulder blades lifted. So single leg stretch. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. It's just a variation. Good. Remember to keep that lower back imprinted. Imprint's kind of weird here because your lower back is not actually, might not be flush against the ground, but you are still imprinted in the sense that you're tucked under. Your pelvis is tilted back. Good. A lot more to think about here. Your neck probably won't be bothered as much because your head is nearly vertical, so the neck is okay. But you do want to remind yourself to keep that chest lifted and stay imprinted in the lower back. Okay, so there's not going to be no obliques here, but there are going to be double leg stretch, not with the arms. So from here and reach. In and out. Inhale. Exhale. My foot's cramping a little bit. I'm probably not drinking as much water as I should. Inhale. Good. So just do a quick run through your little mental checklist. How's your chest? how your shoulders, chin is tucked, lower back is still imprinted, abs nice and tight. And again, same thing, you can straighten your legs as high as you want. This is a nice hamstring stretch, but probably less challenge for the abs, more challenge to the abs here when you're lower. All right, so we're gonna go to the scissors. And this is more challenging, so feel free to bend your knees a little bit and minimize the range of motion. So starting more vertical, okay? And then maybe start with, get your legs a little straighter, and then slowly increase the range of motion. All right, ease into it, different position for these scissors. Exhale, inhale, switch, exhale. Chest up, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. And now we can come off our shoulders. I'd like you to flip over into a plank position. So for this plank position, I'm going to be lifting a knee. So you will need to be on your wrists in order to have space under your body for the knees. But if it bothers your wrists, then do a plank on your elbows, but you won't be doing the knee lift, okay? Or actually, I should say, if you're doing it on your elbows, you can probably do a knee lift to the side, but it won't be exactly the same as what we're doing. So try it on your wrist if you can. So wrist underneath the shoulders, reach your heel back and then the other. So we're looking first for this really strong neutral position. If you can imagine a line through the ears, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles. And then from here, we're going to pull one knee in, and then I'm going to draw my abdominals up and in. So I'm going to sort of neutral, imprint. Imagine there's like a ceiling right here. Imprint, pull, back to neutral, and then return. Knee in, imprints, neutral, return. Use your abs here to draw the belly up and in. Feel the shoulder blades separate a little bit. So shoulder blades should be also in a neutral position. And then from here, they protract, they separate from each other as we pull the abs up, round the spine a little bit. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, knees in, exhale, draw the belly up. Inhale, return to that neutral, exhale, return the leg. One more time on each side. Good. So just a little minor shift out of our normal neutral plank position. All right, come on out. Shake those wrists out. Hopefully everyone's doing okay. Drink some water if you need anything. If you need any. And we're going to go into a rollover. A rollover is similar to the roll up, except our legs are going over. Instead of our arms going over our legs, the legs go over our arms. I'm going to start with the prep here. So on the inhale, you prepare, exhale, press into those palms. Use those triceps. Lift the butts and the rest of the spine to your mid-back. So articulation is when your spine lifts up one vertebra at a time. In this case, we're lifting from tailbone to mid-back. Earlier in the roll-up, we lifted from head down until we're sitting on our butt. Inhale is your prep. Exhale. Good. Now, if this is what is challenging for you and yet is comfortable, stay with this. I'm going to now show you the full rollover, which does use a little bit of the weight of your legs to help pull over. Inhale, prepare, exhale. So keep your hands here. I just want to point out some stuff. So my hip angle here it's going to stop when my legs are parallel. All right, I'm not going to try to touch my toes to the ground. Trying to keep my legs as straight as I can. That way there's no chance that I'm going to sink into my hip and no way I'm going to knee myself in the nose. And then from here, inhale, lift a little bit, and then exhale, roll down. Again, use those arms. Don't be afraid to use those arms. It's not cheating, it's assisting. And it's really hard to do without the arms. All right, inhale here, exhale, prep, and you're up and over. Inhale, lift a little bit, open up the hips, exhale. And feel free to keep doing the hip lifts that I did earlier, which are called rollover preps. I'm going to show you one variation. Some of you have been doing Pilates with me and have seen this before, seen the rollover before, so I'm just giving a variation. Inhale here, exhale, lift just one leg, lower than the other, return, lift both, inhale, and exhale, roll down. So just hanging out there for a little longer. A lot of abdominal control. Inhale here. Exhale, roll over. Inhale, front leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back leg, lifts. Exhale, lower. Inhale, both leg lifts. Exhale, roll down. Any questions? Just try that one more time. An option to be doing this movement right here. Just as effective, working on these abdominals. Last time, inhale, prepare, exhale. Inhale, one leg, lifts. Exhale, lower, inhale the other. And last time, both, and roll down. Okay, feet on the ground, hip distance apart. Push those hips up, find that shoulder bridge. Okay? Up and down. Feet need to be hip distance apart. Both hips, both glutes are working. Both butt cheeks are working right now to push the hips up to the same height. Let's go ahead and take that away. We have our midline here to the body, and anytime things are within the range of our shoulder width, the exercise is a little easier. Anytime we go outside those bounds, it creates more challenge to stabilize. So what we're going to do is we're going to move our legs outside those bounds. But I'm not telling you how far. That's up to you, okay? So first, let's pick one leg to lift. I'm going to just pick the front leg. I'm going to extend the leg straight, or as straight as I can. And it's still within my frame of my shoulders. But now I'm going to sweep it out to the side. If I sweep too far, I'm going to fall. So it's not about going so far that you fall. It's about going far enough to feel challenged, arms on the ground, pressing to the floor, and then back in. 2 more times. Exhale, reach up. Inhale, probably about 30 to 45 degrees. Last time, exhale, I'm reaching out towards you. Good. My other knee is not doing much. It's not opening up. So I'm not counterbalancing the movement by opening up both legs. All right, the challenge here is keeping the hips at the same height. Go ahead and bend your knees. So if I show you from this angle, it looks like this versus that. See how this knee moved? So let's try the other side. We're going out 3 times. Lift the hips, lift the knee, back knee, straighten the leg. Exhale, out for 1. Inhale, return. Exhale, out for 2. You should feel a lot more work in the abs to stabilize. We're not even doing anything to the abs. The abs just tighten more. Exhale for 3. Bring the leg back in, bend, down, lower the hips, take a break. Back to the first side. Now that you know what we're doing, we're going to go through it a little bit more smoothly. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, push the hips up. Inhale, front leg goes up. Exhale, out for 3. Look at your hips, same height. Exhale out for 2. Press into the floor with your arms. Exhale out for last one. Good, bend the knees, lower your butt. Don't be afraid to use your hands to help with stabilization. You end up working your triceps a little bit. Hips up. Legs up on the inhale. Exhale out for 3. Inhale, exhale out for 2. Exhale out for 1. Good. So that's your hip lift series, shoulder bridge series, which works on your glutes, which helps to stabilize your pelvis. Flip over onto your stomach. It's a little bit more spine work. So your core muscles also involve the muscles in the back of your body. If you don't have symmetry or near symmetry between front and back side, then you're going to experience some back pain. So we're going to have our arms and legs to the corners, okay? And let's call this the narrow X. And then if we reach our arms out to the side, sort of off the mat, we'll call that our wider X, okay? Don't need to make it huge, extreme difference, but we do want some movement. So on the inhale, lift all four limbs, you're in the narrow. Exhale into a wider, back to the narrow, X, and then lower. Inhale, lift, narrow. Exhale, a little wider. We're not trying to do the straddle splits or anything. It's just some movement laterally while we keep the spine muscles engaged with the limbs lifted. Straighten your legs and try to keep them as straight as possible. Keep your arms straight. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and lower. Chin is tucked, head, neck, and spine aligned. Inhale, exhale, inhale, lower. It's not really how high you can lift your arms or chest. It's about feeling the muscles in the backside of your body, whether it's your rear deltoids, your spine muscles, lower back, right? And then your glutes. Get all those thighs off the ground. Trying to get your quads off the ground. Last time here. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Good. Let's go ahead and push yourself up and give yourself that stretch here. So in case I forgot to mention, next week I'm taking a real estate class. So Pilates will be at 6:30 because my class goes until 6. And I'm required to be present to get my credit by showing my face and all that stuff until 6 o'clock. And I don't want to start this class late. So just for next week only, class will be at 6:30 p.m. All right, coming on into a low plank. So we have our elbows here underneath the shoulders. You can have the knees on the ground if you like. I'm going to shift into a side plank. So I'll show the first version on the knees. So as I'm going to turn towards face you guys, I'm going to stay lifted out of my shoulder and open up into my side plank. Okay. Inhale. I'm ready to exhale. Come back to the front. Other side. Inhale. Exhale to front. So a slower breath down, but get a flow. On the toes, looks like this. Inhale. Top leg is in front. Exhale, we come onto our toes. Heels up. Inhale. Exhale. So you can do this with your knees on the ground. One knee on the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to add the top leg lift, and you can lift the top leg with the bottom knee bent. It's not a problem if you want. Inhale, lift the top leg. Exhale. Inhale, put the leg back down. Exhale to front plank. Inhale to the side. Exhale to lift the leg. Inhale to lower. Exhale to front plank. Inhale to side. Exhale, leg lift if you want, or just breathe with me. Inhale, return. Exhale. Last time, in. Strong through the shoulders. Exhale. Inhale. And here. All right. Come on out of the plank. Plank is really important for our transverse abdominis. Okay. So let's do some leg lifts. So this looks like we're in the side plank position again, and you're right. But we're going to lay down. And then I'm going to do this completely propped up on the knee. So this is what I would call the lowest side lying leg position you can do. Both legs are straight, top arm is a kickstand. Now, if you feel very unstable, which you generally might or should, because your body's straight, you can always bend the bottom knee. All right, so this kind of creates a kickstand too. See, I don't really need this hand anymore because I'm very stable because the bottom knee's bent. So feel free to take that option. So we're lifting the top leg, lowering, about hip height. When we're propped up on our knees later, we're gonna do the same thing. Lift the top leg to hip height. My calf is cramping, so I'm just going to have my foot flexed, but you can have it pointed or flexed. Try to have an active foot. Exhale, inhale, and really reach. So I'm pushing my hip down, really reach the heel to the far wall or reach your toes to the far wall. You want to feel length throughout your body. Good. Remember this series, so lift to hip height and lower, and now hold at hip height and circle for 6, 5, very small, 4, size of a cherry tomato, I don't know, that's too small maybe. Reverse, the size of a ping pong ball. 3, alternate the breath, 4, inhale, and exhale. Good, and then from here, hip height, kick forward, keeping at hip height. So notice my leg is staying parallel to the floor at hip height the whole time. Really need your kickstand hand here. Again, you can bend the bottom knee. This will make it a little more stable. But you'll feel less ab work too if your bottom knee is bent. Align with the body, forward. You might feel a little hamstring stretch. Last 2. Last 1. Okay, that's it. You're like, what? That's so short. No, we're not done. So we're gonna do those exact same exercises, propped up. Now, if you find like you need a little more cushion for your knees, you can do a little roll up like I do there. Align yourself to the front edge of the mat. Same leg, same side. Okay, we're not switching legs yet. So tip over. This is called the kneeling side leg lift. Kneeling side leg lifts versus side lying, where we're lying down our side. Same thing. You can flex or point the toe. You still want your body in a straight line. I use the edge of my mats. We lift the leg to hip height, just like before, remember? Now try not to pike. See how my butt has moved away from the plane? This is the plane that I'm trying to work in. It's aligned with the front edge of my mat. It's okay if you don't lift the leg all the way to hip height. Just try to lift it as high as you can, and then try to keep the legs as straight as you can. Abs braced for stability. Okay, and now what is next? Little circles at hip height. Circle for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, keep breathing. Inhale back, exhale, reverse direction. Inhale, exhale, inhale, last one. And the last exercise, kick it forward. Kick. Now, when you kick forward, try not to drop your butt back. Try to keep your hips exactly where they are and then just move your leg forward. Don't worry about range of motion. If it's just like 30 degrees, 15 degrees, that's fine. You're challenging your abs. You're challenging all these stabilizers, including this bottom leg down here. All right? It is tough to keep it at hip height. It's part of the challenge. But don't worry how far forward you're kicking. 2 more. Come to a straight line, right? Straight plane here, and then kick forward. Last one. All right. Oof. That was painful. Should we skip the other side? That was so painful. Okay. Of course we should do the other side. Same thing. Brace those abs, reach and lengthen your body. Top arm is the kickstand. Bend the bottom knee if you'd like. Lift the top leg to hip height. Hip height. I do a lot of these when I'm lying on the ground. Sets up your position. Generally isn't too fatiguing. It starts to get more fatiguing when we start the circles. But when I'm on my knees, believe me, I'm counting because those are fatiguing. All right, let's do about 4 more of these here. Keep alternating your breath. Not a big deal whether you're inhaling on the way up or on the way down. Okay, get ready for those circles. We're going to circle really small and slowly 6 times in each direction. Leg is straight. We're moving from the hip socket. reverse for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now kick forward, keeping the leg at hip height. You can point the toe, you can flex the foot, your choice. It's harder to create the pike here because your body's on the ground. But when you're in a kneeling position, your body's in air and space, and so it's easy to shove that butt back. But we're trying to create this exact motion while kneeling. So your hips don't move, your torso stays in one plane, and the leg breaks through that plane, and just the leg. I'm trying not to send that butt back. Okay, one more. And let's try all of this now kneeling. If you want to repeat it lying on your side, you can. Remember, this is your workout. You can do whatever you like. I'm just giving you ideas, variety of stuff. Pilates is pretty much a set, like 45 to 50 exercises. And then there's just a ton of variation on them. All right, you can put your hand here, you can bring it up, it's up to you. You don't want to sink into the shoulder. I forgot to mention that on the first side. So let's lift the same leg we're lifting to hip height. Sometimes we forget, so let's just draw our abdominals in just to help stabilize our midsection. Give me 3 more slow, controlled movements. Time for those little circles. We're going to aim for it to be at hip height, but it's okay if it's a little lower. We're also going to aim for the leg to be straight, but it's okay if it's a little bit. Reverse 4, 6. I realize we're all kind of going at a different pace. I would just say try to be as slow as you can, slow and deliberate. Last one. Oh, this side is really hard for me. I'm taking a break, guys. Okay. All right, lift it back up to hip height and kick it forward without moving your hip. Maybe I gotta hold on to my pelvis so it doesn't move anywhere. Give me 3 more, you can do it, you can do it. You know, it's not just this lifting leg that's working. This bottom stabilizer is doing a ton of work, which is why, that's good, is why it makes this kneeling so hard. Because when we're lying on our side, the other leg's not really working. It's just there. It's like we're all lying down. But once you're propped up, both sides are working. All right, in case you're experiencing any major cramping, let's just do a quick stretch here. The figure 4 stretch. It should get exactly the muscle that is possibly cramping up. And then after this, we're gonna sit on our butt again. So just get ready to roll up. Okay, actually let's roll up, thinking about the principles of rolling like a ball. So in order to create enough momentum to sit up, we want to crunch. So use your abs, lift head, neck, and shoulders, and crunch toward your knees. Crunch. Use this repeated crunch motion and a curved spine to create a rocking motion. Crunch, release, crunch, release. By release, I mean I just kind of let gravity pull me back. And then with enough time, enough abdominal work, I'll eventually make it to my tailbone. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be balanced on our tailbone. Our abs are engaged. Okay, there is a little curve in our spine. If you need to put a toe down or 2 for balance, go ahead. Or we're going to stretch one leg and then the other. So first I'm doing it, quads engaged, and first I'm doing it with the other toe on the ground. But a little more challenge to the balance is to have both feet off the ground as you alternately extend the leg. Exhale, inhale, exhale, A nice hamstring stretch. And then we're going to think about incorporating rolling like a ball, one rock. So you got to keep your spine round. Try to stop just below your shoulder blades. Round the spine more. Allow your body to fall back, one rock. Inhale, exhale, stretch. Inhale, rock back, exhale, rock up, stretch a leg. Abdominals are constantly engaged because your spine is always flexed. Inhale, crunch right here, exhale. The reason why you get back up is because you keep your spine curved and because you use your abs to crunch to generate that power to come up. Inhale, just let gravity take over, exhale. Good. If you'd like to straighten both legs, go ahead. Keep your legs apart though. So legs are apart, right? Like that. Inhale. Exhale. And finally, I want to do one more thing with you guys. Is, again, you can always put a toe on the ground for balance. Here, hold. Straighten the front leg and then let the arm go. Yay, this is beautiful. Put it back. Rock it back. Inhale. Exhale. Straighten the back leg. Let the arm go. I'm just reaching it out to the side. You can reach it up. Whatever. I mean, you'll figure out what creates more challenge or less challenge. Let's do one more on each side. Relax those shoulders, please. Inhale, rock back, exhale. If you're getting stuck down there, it probably means you flattened out your back. Try not to flatten out your back. Good. Inhale back, rock, exhale, punch forward, lift. Whew, okay, we're done with that. So your abdominals should have been engaged the whole time because we're always in a flexed position. Okay, it's the first class of 2021. Let's do some push-ups. Pilates push-ups are hands underneath the shoulders, elbows stay tight. Good. We're gonna do this on our knees. If you'd like to do it on your toes, and you know how, go for it. For today's class, I'm gonna stay on my knees. First, find your quadruped position, knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. Good. As I start to bend my elbows towards my thighs, my head goes slightly towards my fingertips. So not back here, but actually slightly forward. And I should feel a lot of pressure in my triceps and arms as I go forward. All right, and we're gonna pair this with a spinal balance here. So push up, opposite arm and leg lift, return to underneath the hips and shoulders, push up, inhale down, exhale up. Take your time with this. Inhale, reach, exhale, return. Find that alignment. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, opposite limbs, no higher than the hips or shoulders, exhale, return. Inhale into the push-up, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now let's say you're doing this on your toes. You can do an opposite leg lift on your toes. It's just you wouldn't be able to hold it very high for very long. Inhale. Let's do two more on each side. I forgot what I just lifted. And then last one. So let's say if you wanted to do it on your toes, I imagine it looks something like this. Go down, up. We'll save that for another day though. Thank you so much for joining, guys. I just want to do a quick stretch here. Reaching the arm across. Getting the obliques back here, getting the spine, getting a little rotation, hamstrings, opening up the hips. So the principle behind Pilates, besides posture, alignment, balance, breathing, all that good stuff, is that you do see the same exercises for similar exercises. And because it's all body weight and based on gravity, pulling your limbs, moving things away from your midline, it's very easy to adjust the challenges for your own body. So as you continue to do Pilates, what might have been a challenge for you the first day may not be a challenge for you over the weeks. So then you would start to change where your limbs are going, where your arms are going, different positions, and then you'll continue to stay challenged, all right? And also building flexibility and strength. Thank you guys so much for coming. Any questions?
Thank you.